Have you ever wondered why Virgos seem to notice every small detail, or why they hold themselves, and others, to such impossibly high standards? Beneath their composed and analytical exterior lies a mind that never stops observing, calculating, and perfecting. Virgo is not just the sign of logic and order, it is a fascinating labyrinth of emotions, intuition, and hidden vulnerabilities that few truly understand. What if I told you that a Virgo's silence is never empty, but rather a carefully measured response? That their pursuit of perfection is not about control, but a deeper desire to create harmony in their world? And that despite their reputation for being reserved, their love, when given, is one of the most profound and unwavering in the Zodiac? Today, we unravel 25 psychological truths about Virgo that will change the way you see this enigmatic sign. Whether you are a Virgo yourself or have one in your life, this video will reveal the secrets behind their mindset, their relationships, and the way they navigate the world. But before we begin, if you enjoy deep insights into astrology and psychology, make sure to subscribe to Zen Mind Peaceful Life and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any of our future explorations into the hidden layers of the Zodiac and the mind. Now, let's dive in. 1. Virgo's anger is precise and unmistakable. Unlike fire signs that explode in rage or water signs that hold grudges, Virgo expresses anger with surgical precision. They won't lash out irrationally, but when they do confront someone, their words are sharp, calculated, and impossible to ignore. This comes from their deep-rooted need for justice and order. They won't get angry over petty things, but if someone crosses a line, especially by being dishonest, careless, or disrespectful, Virgo won't hesitate to address it. The good news? Once they've said their piece, they move on. They don't cling to resentment, they simply correct what needs to be corrected and return to balance. 2. When a Virgo ends a relationship, there's no turning back. Virgos don't rush into decisions, especially when it comes to love. They analyze every angle, weigh every possibility, and give more chances than they should. But once a Virgo decides a relationship isn't working, they don't drag it out. They won't play games, send mixed signals, or leave the door open for reconciliation. Instead, they end things cleanly and rationally. This isn't cold-heartedness. It's their way of protecting themselves and the other person from unnecessary pain. A Virgo will always choose clarity over confusion, even if it means walking away from someone they once deeply cared about. 3. Virgo's connection with family is sacred. Virgos are selective about who they trust, but when it comes to family, their loyalty is unmatched. They see family as their foundation, the place where they can drop their guard and simply be themselves. Virgos often take on the role of the caretaker, ensuring their loved ones are supported, protected, and well taken care of. This isn't just a sense of duty, it's their way of expressing love. But don't mistake their devotion for blind obedience. If a family member disrespects their boundaries, Virgo won't hesitate to create distance. For them, family is about connection and respect, not just blood ties. 4. Virgo is more romantic than you think. At first glance, Virgo might not seem like the most romantic sign. They're not known for grand gestures, poetic love letters, or impulsive declarations of affection. But when a Virgo loves, they love with intention. They remember the little things, your favorite drink, the way you like your coffee, the song that makes you smile. Their love is expressed in small but meaningful actions, in their unwavering support, in the way they always strive to make your life easier. And once they trust you completely, they reveal a side that is both passionate and deeply devoted. 5. Virgo values quality over quantity in friendships. Virgo doesn't need a large social circle. In fact, they prefer a small, close-knit group of friends they can truly rely on. They take their time getting to know people, observing them from a distance before deciding whether to let them into their inner world. But once you earn a Virgo's trust, you have a loyal, thoughtful, and incredibly supportive friend for life. They may not always be the loudest in the room, but they will be the one who listens, gives the best advice, and shows up when it really matters. 6. Virgo has a strong and dominant personality. At first glance, Virgo may seem reserved, soft-spoken, or even shy. But make no mistake, this is one of the strongest and most determined signs of the zodiac. Their dominance doesn't come from loudness or ego, it comes from their unwavering sense of responsibility and their ability to see solutions where others see problems. Virgos have high standards, not just for themselves but for everyone around them. They believe that if something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. This makes them incredibly reliable. But it can also make them difficult to work with for those who lack discipline or attention to detail. They don't tolerate laziness, disorganization, or half-hearted effort, and they won't hesitate to step in and take charge if they feel something isn't being done properly. However, unlike fire signs who dominate through sheer force of will, Virgo leads with precision and strategy. They don't seek control for the sake of power, they take charge because they know they can create structure and efficiency where there is chaos. If you ever find yourself in a crisis, a Virgo is exactly the person you want by your side, calm, methodical, and determined to fix the situation no matter what it takes. But with this strength comes a hidden vulnerability. Because Virgos put so much pressure on themselves to be the best, they can become highly critical, both of themselves and others. They often struggle to delegate tasks, fearing that no one else will do them as well as they can. This can lead to burnout, frustration, and a deep-seated need to always be in control. The lesson here? If you have a Virgo in your life, respect their work ethic, but also remind them that perfection isn't always necessary. And if you are a Virgo yourself, remember, sometimes, the best way to lead is to trust that others are capable, too. 7. Virgo is deeply sensitive, even when they don't show it. Virgos are often mistaken for being emotionally detached, but the truth is, they feel everything deeply. The difference is that instead of reacting impulsively, they process their emotions internally, analyzing every detail before deciding how to respond. This makes them incredibly resilient, but it also means they are prone to overthinking. If you've ever said something critical to a Virgo, chances are they've replayed that conversation in their mind 100 times, dissecting every word and its possible meaning. They don't just feel hurt, they try to understand why they feel hurt, what led to the situation, and whether or not they should address it. This analytical nature is both a gift and a curse. On one hand, it allows them to approach conflicts with logic rather than pure emotion. On the other, it makes it difficult for them to simply let things go. A Virgo may forgive, but they rarely forget. However, because they don't express emotions in the same way that more outwardly sensitive signs like Pisces or Cancer do, people often assume they are unaffected by things that would deeply hurt others. This is far from the truth. A Virgo may not cry in front of you, but that doesn't mean they aren't hurt. They may not express anger immediately, but that doesn't mean they aren't upset. For Virgos, emotions are something to be managed, not something to be displayed. But this doesn't mean they don't need emotional support. If you have a Virgo in your life, don't assume their silence means they're fine. Check in on them. Let them know it's okay to express how they feel. They might not show it, but they will appreciate it more than you know. 8. The Virgo woman is fiercely independent. A Virgo woman is the embodiment of quiet strength and self-sufficiency. She doesn't need a relationship to feel complete, nor does she rely on others for validation. She is intelligent, capable, and has a deep sense of purpose that guides her through life. Unlike some signs that crave constant attention or external validation, Virgo women find fulfillment within themselves. They set high standards, not just in love but in all aspects of life. If a relationship doesn't align with their goals, values, or personal growth, they won't hesitate to walk away. This isn't because they are cold or unfeeling, it's because they know their worth. However, this independence can sometimes be misunderstood. To those who don't know her well, a Virgo woman may seem distant or difficult to connect with. The truth is, she simply doesn't open up to just anyone. She observes, she analyzes, and she takes her time before letting people into her world. This cautious approach to relationships doesn't mean she doesn't desire love or deep connections. On the contrary, when a Virgo woman does fall in love, she is one of the most loyal and devoted partners in the zodiac. But she needs a partner who respects her space, her ambition, and her need for personal growth. If you are in love with a Virgo woman, the key is to show her consistency and reliability. She doesn't need extravagant gestures or grand declarations of love. She needs someone who shows up, who listens, and who understands that her independence is not a wall, but a part of who she is. 9. Virgo is extremely cautious in every aspect of life. Impulsiveness and recklessness are foreign concepts to Virgo. Every decision they make, whether big or small, is carefully thought out. They analyze the risks, consider every possible outcome, and only move forward when they feel confident in their choice. This meticulous approach applies to all areas of their life, relationships, careers, finances, and even daily routines. Virgos don't rush into commitments, and they don't make decisions based on emotions alone. They want security, stability, and long-term success. And they are willing to put in the work to achieve it. However, this caution can sometimes be a double-edged sword. While it protects them from making rash mistakes, it can also hold them back from taking risks that could lead to growth and new opportunities. Virgos often struggle with indecision, overanalyzing situations to the point of paralysis. The best way for a Virgo to navigate this is to find a balance between logic and intuition. Not every decision needs to be overanalyzed. Sometimes, taking a leap of faith is necessary. And for those who have a Virgo in their life, patience is key. Don't rush them into making decisions, but gently encourage them to trust themselves and take chances when the time is right. 10. Virgos' love for cleanliness is more than just a habit. Virgos are famous for their obsession with cleanliness and order. But this trait is often misunderstood. Their need for tidiness isn't just about aesthetics, it's about mental clarity and emotional stability. For a Virgo, a clean space equals a calm mind. Clutter, mess, and disorganization create internal chaos, making it harder for them to focus and feel at peace. This is why Virgos take cleaning so seriously. It's not about being fussy or controlling. It's about creating an environment where they can think, work, and relax without distraction. This extends beyond physical spaces, too. Virgos also crave emotional cleanliness. They don't like unresolved conflicts, unclear intentions, or relationships filled with unnecessary drama. They value honesty, transparency, and structure in both their personal and professional lives. However, this high standard can sometimes cause friction with others. Not everyone shares their meticulous nature, and Virgo can become frustrated when surrounded by people who don't respect their need for order. If you live with a Virgo, the best way to keep the peace is to be mindful of their space. And if you are a Virgo, remember that while order is important, life isn't always meant to be perfectly structured. Sometimes, a little chaos is where the magic happens. 11. Virgo's leadership in relationships is built on stability, not control. When it comes to love, Virgo naturally gravitates toward taking the lead, not in an overbearing way, but in a way that ensures balance and structure. They don't dominate their partners with force or demands. Instead, they guide the relationship with thoughtfulness, strategy, and a deep sense of responsibility. Virgos have a strong desire to create order in their world, and this extends to their personal relationships. They will take the initiative in planning, problem-solving, and making sure things run smoothly. Whether it's managing finances, organizing daily routines, or setting long-term goals, Virgo thrives in a partnership where they feel like they're building something meaningful. However, this leadership comes with high expectations. Virgo won't tolerate inconsistency, lack of effort, or a partner who doesn't take the relationship seriously. They seek someone who is equally invested in growth and stability. If they feel like they are the only one putting in the effort, they will quickly become frustrated and emotionally distant. For those in a relationship with a Virgo, the key is to show dependability. Virgo doesn't need a partner to follow them blindly, but they do need someone who is just as dedicated to making the relationship work as they are. 12. Virgo values privacy and personal space more than you think. Virgos are naturally introspective. They spend a lot of time in their own thoughts, analyzing situations, processing emotions, and reflecting on life. Because of this, they have a strong need for privacy and personal space. Unlike more extroverted signs, Virgo doesn't thrive on constant social interaction. They enjoy deep, meaningful conversations, but they also need time alone to recharge. This doesn't mean they are antisocial, it just means they value their mental and emotional well-being. Virgos also guard their personal lives carefully. They don't share their feelings easily, and they are selective about who they let in. If a Virgo shares something deeply personal with you, consider it a sign of great trust. However, their need for privacy can sometimes be misunderstood. Some people may see it as being distant, secretive, or even uninterested. In reality, Virgo simply operates differently. They prefer to process things internally before expressing them outwardly. If you want to build a strong connection with a Virgo, respect their space. Give them time to open up, and don't push them to share more than they're comfortable with. The more you honor their boundaries, the more they'll trust you. 13. Virgo's humor is sharp, sarcastic, and unexpected. People often associate Virgo with seriousness and practicality, but what many don't realize is that they have an incredibly sharp and witty sense of humor. It's dry, sarcastic, and sometimes a little dark, but it's always intelligent. Virgos have a keen eye for detail, which allows them to make observations that others miss. They can turn the most mundane situation into something hilariously insightful, often with just a few well-placed words. Their humor isn't always obvious, it's the kind that makes you think for a second before realizing how clever it was. However, Virgo's humor can sometimes come across as blunt or cutting, especially to those who don't know them well. They don't sugarcoat things, and their jokes often contain a layer of truth that can be both amusing and brutally honest. For those who appreciate quick wit and a little bit of sarcasm, Virgo's humor is a treasure. But if you're someone who is easily offended, you might find their jokes a little too sharp for comfort. Just know that Virgo's humor is rarely mean-spirited, it's simply their way of engaging with the world. 14. Virgo is both a realist and a dreamer. At first glance, Virgo seems like the ultimate realist. They focus on facts, logic, and practicality. They are masters at planning, organizing, and making things happen in the most efficient way possible. But beneath this grounded exterior lies something unexpected. Virgo is also a dreamer. Virgo has a deep appreciation for beauty, creativity, and the pursuit of something greater than themselves. They have an inner vision of how things could be, a world that is better, more refined, and more harmonious. This is why they are so drawn to improvement, whether it's in their personal life, career, or relationships. However, unlike Pisces or Sagittarius, Virgo doesn't just dream for the sake of dreaming. They take those dreams and find practical ways to turn them into reality. They don't get lost in fantasies, they create blueprints. They don't just wish for a better life, they actively work toward it. This unique balance of realism and idealism is what makes Virgo such a powerful force. They are not content with mediocrity. They are constantly striving for something greater. And they inspire those around them to do the same. If you are close to a Virgo, support their vision. Encourage their dreams while also appreciating their ability to bring those dreams to life. 15. Virgo's love is deep, but it's not always easy to see. Virgo doesn't express love in the way that more openly affectionate signs do. They're not the type to shower their partner with grand romantic gestures or dramatic declarations of love. Instead, their love is shown through consistency, loyalty, and unwavering support. When a Virgo loves you, they will remember the little things, how you like your coffee, the way your eyes light up when you talk about your passions. The song that makes you smile on a bad day. They express love through actions rather than words. However, because their love language is so subtle, some people fail to recognize it. A partner who expects constant verbal reassurance or outward displays of affection may feel like Virgo is emotionally distant. In reality, Virgo's love is one of the most enduring and sincere in the zodiac. It's just not always loud. But make no mistake, Virgo has high expectations when it comes to love. They don't fall easily, and they don't settle. If they choose to be with you, it means they see something truly special in you. And once they commit, they are all in. If you are in love with a Virgo, the key is to pay attention to the small things. Notice the ways they take care of you, the ways they make your life easier. The thoughtful little gestures that show they're always thinking of you. That's where their love lives, not in words, but in actions. 16. Virgo's patience is their greatest strength and weakness. Patience is a defining trait of Virgo. Unlike impulsive fire signs or emotionally driven water signs, Virgo takes their time, whether it's making a decision, solving a problem, or building a relationship. They understand that good things require effort, and they are willing to wait and work for the results they want. This patience makes them excellent problem solvers and dependable partners. They won't give up on people easily, and they will invest time in helping others grow. However, this same patience can sometimes work against them. Virgos have a tendency to stay in situations longer than they should, whether it's a toxic relationship, an unfulfilling job, or a friendship that no longer serves them. They hold on because they believe they can fix things. But the truth is, not everything can be fixed. Learning to recognize when to walk away, rather than waiting for things to change, is one of Virgo's greatest life lessons. 17. Virgo has a deep desire for emotional connection. Despite their reputation for being logical and reserved, Virgo has a strong emotional core. They long for deep, meaningful connections, relationships where they can truly be themselves without judgment. However, they don't open up easily. Virgo tests people before letting them in. They observe, they analyze, and they make sure the connection is built on trust and mutual respect. This cautious approach means they may take longer to form close relationships. But once they do, the bond is strong and lasting. In love, Virgo isn't interested in superficial attraction. They crave a partnership that is intellectually stimulating, emotionally secure, and built on shared values. If you're in a relationship with a Virgo, showing consistency, honesty, and emotional depth is the key to earning their trust. 18. Virgo's rational approach to love can be misunderstood. Virgo doesn't fall head over heels the way some other signs do. Love, for them, is something that must be understood, analyzed, and built over time. This doesn't mean they lack passion, it just means they don't let emotions cloud their judgment. This rationality is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allows Virgo to make smart, well-balanced relationship decisions. They don't get swept away by temporary feelings, and they are good at identifying red flags early on. On the other hand, their practicality can sometimes make them seem distant or unromantic to partners who expect more spontaneity. The truth is, Virgo loves deeply, but they express it in ways that are often overlooked. They show love through problem solving, through remembering the little details, through making sure their partner's life is easier and better. Understanding this is the key to truly appreciating their love. 19. Virgo is attracted to ambition and stability. Virgo doesn't just seek love, they seek a partner who matches their drive, intelligence, and desire for personal growth. While some signs may be drawn to excitement or unpredictability, Virgo is attracted to stability, ambition, and reliability. They admire people who set goals and work hard to achieve them. A lazy, directionless person will never hold Virgo's attention for long. This doesn't mean their partner has to be perfect, but they do need to be motivated, responsible, and willing to grow. If you want to win over a Virgo, show them that you have a vision for your future. Demonstrate your work ethic, your commitment to self-improvement, and your ability to handle responsibilities. They don't need someone to take care of them, they need someone who can stand beside them as an equal. 20. Virgo's perfectionism in love can be challenging. Virgos approach relationships the same way they approach everything else, with high standards and a desire to make things perfect. While this means they will always put an effort to improve and strengthen the relationship, it can also create tension. Virgo tends to focus on details, sometimes too much. They may notice small flaws, overanalyze interactions, or have difficulty accepting imperfections in themselves and their partner. This can lead to overthinking, unnecessary criticism, and self-imposed pressure to always get things right. However, this perfectionism comes from a place of deep love and commitment. They want their relationships to be the best they can be, and they are willing to work hard to achieve that. The key for Virgo and their partner is to learn to embrace imperfection. Love isn't about perfection, it's about connection, understanding, and growth. 21. Virgo's sense of humor is their secret weapon. Many people see Virgo as serious and reserved, but those who know them well understand that they have one of the sharpest, wittiest, and most underrated senses of humor in the zodiac. Virgo's humor is observational, dry, and sometimes sarcastic. They have a knack for pointing out the absurdities in everyday life, delivering one-liners that are both hilarious and brutally honest. Their jokes often have layers of intelligence, making them especially entertaining for those who appreciate quick wit and clever wordplay. However, their humor isn't always for everyone. Their blunt honesty can sometimes come across as harsh, especially to those who are more sensitive. Virgo never intends to be cruel, but their sharp observations can sometimes hit a little too close to home. If you're lucky enough to experience Virgo's humor, you'll find it's one of the best parts of their personality. They may not always be the loudest in the room, but their humor is unforgettable. 23. Virgo has a deep sense of duty. Virgos have an innate sense of responsibility that drives them to be dependable and reliable. They take their commitments seriously and will always follow through on their word. This duty is not only toward their work, but also toward their loved ones. They feel a deep need to take care of others, be it in relationships, at work, or within their family. Virgo's sense of duty ensures that they are there when needed, and they often go above and beyond what is expected of them to make sure everything runs smoothly. 24. Virgo's quiet confidence is unshakable. Although Virgos are not the type to boast about their achievements, they carry an undeniable air of confidence. This confidence stems from their knowledge, work ethic, and their ability to get things done. Their quiet nature often masks a strong belief in their abilities and their understanding of how to handle any situation. While they may not flaunt their skills, Virgo exudes an inner strength that comes from knowing they can achieve whatever they set their mind to. 25. Virgo's ability to analyze and improve makes them unstoppable. Virgos are masters of analysis. They can break down complex situations and problems into manageable parts, allowing them to identify the root causes and devise effective solutions. Their ability to constantly assess and improve not only makes them excellent problem solvers, but also ensures that they never stop growing. Virgos are always striving to be better and to refine themselves, which leads to continuous success and progress. They embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, making them unstoppable forces in their personal and professional lives. Final thoughts on Virgo. Virgo is often misunderstood. People see the perfectionist, the critic, the workaholic, but they don't always see the depth, the devotion, and the quiet strength that defines this sign. Beneath their logical, composed exterior lies a heart that loves deeply, a mind that never stops analyzing, and a soul that craves meaning and purpose. They are loyal, intelligent, and endlessly supportive to those they care about. If you have a Virgo in your life, cherish them. Understand that their perfectionism comes from a desire to create the best life possible, for themselves and for those they love. Appreciate their subtle ways of expressing affection. And most importantly, be patient, because once a Virgo lets you into their world, they will be one of the most steadfast and reliable people you will ever know. If this deep dive into Virgo resonated with you, subscribe to Zen Mind Peaceful Life for more astrological insights, self-discovery, and wisdom about the hidden forces that shape our lives. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.